Charlie with his linguini charting. He loses sometimes, but hardly. He's BTC Charlie. But now he's GBP Charlie. It doesn't matter what he's charting. His trading is tough, but it's not all that bad with Charlie. He's got memes in the morning and more in the evening. It's Charlie. And when trading gets hard and support starts to lean, search Charlie. Charlie with his linguini charting. He loses sometimes, but hardly. He's BTC Charlie. But now he's GBP Charlie. It doesn't matter what he's charting. His trading is tough, but it's not all that bad with Charlie. He's got memes in the morning and more in the evening. It's Charlie. And when trading gets hard and support starts to lean, search Charlie.
Right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How is everyone doing? Are we winning? Let me just put some free background music on as we slide into this. All good. Hello. Is everybody winning? Are you up immense amounts on your bags? Just ordered butter chicken. Is not getting liquidated a win? I think so. I think it's a fairly positive outcome in these conditions. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. There's a lot of people saying good morning. First stream live for me with Charlie and just for the song. Yeah, that's fair. There's not much else to talk about. Yeah, I suppose good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. It is about 7 o'clock where I'm at, in the beautiful, sunny United Kingdom for once. It's quite distorting, to be honest. Given that it's September, and it's sunny in England, which, let me just get my bottle of water, and reminisce. So when the last time that happened. Very interesting price action. I kind of think the opposite. I'm so fucking bored with actual altcoins and Bitcoin. It's just shite. I've been throwing ether on-chain stuff. Hello, Big Magus. I thought you'd be losing at Counter-Strike, my friend. Yeah. I knew you were kidding, mate. Yes, on shorts only. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's so boring me and my alts are putting in 50k ticks for 5 minutes. Yeah, I know. I know. It's just a lot of fucking effort, isn't it? Let's go. Hello, Charlie friend. Hello, Queequop. I don't know how to say your name properly, but we'll allow it. Blepe L, for real, for real. I know. I'm just a bit exhausted, to be honest, by the sheer boredom. I probably longed the top of BLZ as well. All up that. Or at least I baited people into longing it at the top. Yeah. Happy days. Just shorted FLM for a cheeky 300% in 2 minutes. That is very cheeky. Yeah, it's just the reign of the cartel pumps at the moment, and it's just absolutely brutal. The whole shebang. Literally instant rotations, kind of no real... Hello, Trader Frank. No huge narratives going on other than cartel pump and dumps. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? I mean, I don't know why we're even talking about it, but BTC. Anyone particularly bullish, bearish? Got massive bias either way? I mean, it's not the most exciting thing to trade, is it, at the moment? Bitcoin's for cucks. Scam pumps, always print. Yeah, Bitcoin is for cucks. Which is why I developed my entire personal brand around it. Which, on reflection, not the greatest decision I've ever made. However, we move on. BTC, yeah, Charlie. In fact, I made most of my money out of altcoins, but yeah. We'll contemplate the rebound brand, shall we, for 2025 alt season. I'm starting to get mildly annoyed at everybody that is promising an alt season just for the sheer virtue of you being here for long enough. Everyone's saying, just stick around, it'll be better in 2024, it'll be better in 2025. Motherfuckers, you can't even tell me what's gonna pump tomorrow, let alone is alt season right now. Yeah, there is some reasonable movement on alts, to be fair. And even on chain has been pretty decent. Some of my more dogshit bags pumping, which is nice. And we do it on like 3 million daily volume, which, yeah, is probably one Bitcoin trade for Big Mag. But alas, I mean, my view of the market right now is just very, very simple. One big line, high time frame support. It's probably not at 24,735, probably a little bit higher. I'm not getting excited either way until we can actually start breaking out of whichever way of this simple low time frame range and actually just fucking do something. Because for me, BTC is, let's just delete this shit. For me, BTC is just grinding around. We had that wonderful move on that whole court case, or whatever it was. I can't even fucking remember. The world's blurring into one dismal set of news bits. And then we just retraced it, and that's it. ETF delayed. Not really much going on. Like from a macro perspective, I think ETF is genuinely going to be very bullish for crypto in the long term, at least for BTC. I think that whole regulatory clarity piece will be great, but am I going to bet my net worth that that's going to happen in the next day, week, month, 45 days from past delay or whatever it is? No, not at all. And if we get that day where it is approved and we actually get some reasonable beta, there is going to be plenty of trade to be had, I'm sure. Most notably, probably around BCH and BSV, two utter shitcoins, but with very high beta to Bitcoin when it does pump. So they are very high up on my radar. Should we get that? Champs. Actually, I've seen someone talk about Champs. Trevor the Big T. Salt season. Yeah. Is SBF going to be something in jail? Do you fancy? I don't know, mate. I don't. Is he even in jail? Is he actually? I've not kept up with things really. I can do better than this background music, man. Come on then, hush hush. I probably can do actually. Let's see. It's a bit fucking dull, isn't it? What's this? Well, that sounds a bit better. How's that volume-wise for you guys? Is that reasonable? Reasonable? Too loud? Too quiet? I say guys, girls, he's, she's, theys, whatever. Boomer music. Champagne next ship. So, not financial advice, own a bag, blah blah blah. You just joined the stream to bully. Yeah, that's fair. I would highly doubt that anything is the next ship. If I'm completely honest, I don't think you're going to get 200 billion% return or whatever we got out of SHIB anytime soon, particularly not in these conditions where actually we're not majorly risk on. I don't think we are anyway. And if I try and look at this a couple of ways, I have to excuse me being like the fucking granddad at the moment. I've somehow managed to get a fucking cold in a heat wave. Don't ask me how. I've no idea. But if you look at this, you know, for a while, the way I try and gauge the market is this: risk on, risk off, right? So if a lot of altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin, it's wonderful. It's a lovely time to be alive. It's very easy for me to make money and just pour it out of the market into my back pocket. When it's a little bit more constrained in terms of beta and there's not many outliers, and those outliers are typically hot garbage, like I imagine that's Tomo, yeah, that just does whatever the fuck it likes, it can be a bit harder and it requires a lot more attention, as opposed to there's an LSD narrative, long anything that looks like this when it's an LSD token, and if you get some nice market structure with some low time frame strength, get long, there's your invalidation, off you fuck. So, I mean, that's very oversimplifying, but you kind of get the point, don't you? Do I know what happened to Trader RB? I do know what happened to Trader RB, but I know no more than what you said. Than what you said? What the fuck am I on about? Than what he said and what you already know in terms of what's available in the public space. Unfortunately. I actually knew him reasonably well. He was one of the few people that I would have actually met up with, to be honest. But, alas, you kind of never know, do you? I mean, I thought he was a pretty reasonable trader from speaking with him, but, yeah, you just don't know. I think he sold his account, actually. I think he sold it to get, like, I think he sold it for, like, 5 grand or 10 grand or something like that, because that's how kind of desperate he was. And, you know, that's fine. I just don't think he wanted to take the pain of, I guess... what did he do? He probably, I mean, I guess he was being quite fraudulent, wasn't he? Oh, maybe not. I mean, he's a fucking cartoon cat at the end of the day, do you know what I mean? People are... Yeah, I learned a lot from Fratzes. Yeah, and I think he portrayed a really good sense of risk management. But evidently didn't actually have it himself. So, yeah, I mean, you never really know, do you? Selling my account for 1 million. Yeah, I mean, I got offered, like Bull Run, I got offered like 250k just to tweet something. So, you know, that tells you how fucking stupid some of those valuations can get. I didn't do it, by the way. I wish I did. Fuck it. But I did not. For one tweet. One tweet. But such is the thrills of a bull market. I don't even know what a Twitter account would go for these days. I imagine some of them would go for you know, reasonable sums, but I just don't understand the point of it, because like when RB sold his account, he streamed, everyone knew his voice, everyone knew his trading style, everyone knew his sort of terminology, the way he composed tweets. So whoever bought it, in my opinion, is a bit of a fucking idiot, but there you go. Yo, what's this juicy funding rate on BLZ? Shall I give the pleb answer? It's everyone max shorting it, which is the pleb answer that I use, so. And then I'll just wait for Magus to get triggered, and ooh, lovely. Beautiful. See, Magus, you get clapped now. What happened to it being the next squeeze, eh? He's probably busy shorting this fucker. Right. Let's get back to some chat, shall we? Instead of just chatting utter garbage. So yeah, for me, Bitcoin's just really not exciting. Not exciting at all. You know, I'm quite happy to interact with Bitcoin above here or below there. Anything else, just a complete distraction for me. And in the meantime, it's low time frame alt rotations and shorting the lows on TRB, as I did the other day. I'll run through a couple of thought processes and a couple of kind of next trade setups. I can talk about shitcoins as well, like proper low cap shitcoins. I've already seen a couple mentioned in the chat. If you ever tweet my coin again, we aren't friends anymore. Right, I'm doing it right now. Someone insta-market shorted your tweet and is getting shit on. Yeah, I probably do have bots that are counter trading me and my tweets. Do the classic, just tweet at the top for essentially extra liquidity. Right, but yeah, for me, Bitcoin is just not interesting. Not interesting at all. There is, 0 point in pre-positioning, in my view, in any form of trending move. We've got some form of daily momentum divergence across here, but it's just inactionable for me. It's too long. It's not an extreme. That was the only play there, but even that wasn't a decent divergence. Like you want to see that. You want to see price do this. Price do that, and momentum. Do this. So it's just not actionable for me. Not that I tend to trade Bitcoin too much. But yeah, that's me and the BTC. ETH, I haven't really looked at it in a while, but it looks like horseshit to me. Consolidation under this resistance here with no follow through on this momentum. Divergence across here is just not good. I could be convinced to get a decent sized spot ETH bag or LDO for reasons I'll explain in a minute. If we can reclaim this pretty chunky level around the 1670 mark. And reason is, if you zoom out, it's pretty fucking obvious, right? Like, it's literally baby pips SR level. But you have to be reasonably conscious that from a trend perspective, we've kind of lost that trend, and we've actually held underneath it every other time. In 2023, that I'll go to daily. Actually, 3 days probably makes my point even better. Every time we've attempted to kind of close below it, we've literally just bounced, and this is the only time that actually we've not seen that momentum change. And even if we did, a rejection of this kind of trend line would probably be trend continuation a little bit lower, which is my bias. And whilst I am enjoying the debaucheries of on-chain shitcoining and these wonderful cartel pumps on utter dog shit, CFLM was the one. Fucking hell, I guess. Gonna make me liquidate my entire account, aren't you? That for me is just where I want to make the money on the rotations. It's not really anything else. And I was gonna jump onto LDO. So LDO for me is, well, that's very convenient, but I haven't actually taken that position. Lovely. is basically a nice ETH proxy play, and in terms of momentum, it's just literally those divergences across those lows. So yeah, this is what I mean in terms of what looks nice, like that, basically. Pretty clean on AO, semi-clean on RSI, but decent proxy play. Now I'm actually looking for this 16288 level to be kind of reclaimed and get on board for a rotational play up to here, wherever we go. If we get it, and if we don't get it, then I'll just be looking to short. The exact opposite, right? So basically, I've identified the level I want to play the game at, and if we get some nice strength on a rotational basis, then I can be tempted to jump in. I can always be tempted to buy LDO, and yeah, I think when he says we get that rotation at some point, I think it'll be a good coin to trade. A short unfi from $9. And actually looked at unfi. Maga showing dominance, as always. Can I get a shout out for Nigel Farage? Probably not. I don't really want to endorse Nigel Farage, to be honest. As much as he is the source of some good memes, I think that's probably enough talking about Farage. Sol was another one that was on my radar, actually. Partly because of some divergences before, but largely because of essentially this high time frame reclaim here. You can see my thought process, like literally if we break above and hold, and actually Solana could be a pretty reasonable level to level play, just literally up to something like this. So I'll mark it up, and then what we'll do is we'll come back to it next stream. I wouldn't have taken it and it would have played out absolutely perfectly. Yeah, we'll do that. Sounds like a good plan. So literally just a level to level play, but given where ETH is, I really need to see strength, and I'd prefer like just trading something like this. You know, this is fucking moving. It's moving pretty well. Even BLZ moving pretty well. You know, why not trade this? Something that is actually giving you pretty much instant feedback. I'm sure we'll get something like this, right? Some fucking brutal move again. But what have I done? I want to get the chat up so I can actually see you wonderful people. Good morning, Saran. How are you? This is definitely pumpy. This is definitely a vibe, isn't it? So yeah, that's thought process on Sol. FLM, we've obviously just got this absolute, like, fucking hell. What is this? Classic cartel squeeze. You know, every couple of months. Lovely. Lovely. I think, is anyone actually trading this apart from Magus? Person turquoise waving. Samming. I see. Oh, I see yours, yeah. 35k tick in the last 5 minutes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see. Shorted, didn't he, up here somewhere? I think he shorted this level. Ish. Yeah, absolutely brutal. Hello mate, can you please recommend a volume alert website indicator? Cannot find a decent one for the life of me. I can do, it cost you $1 million though. Am I being a dumbass? Where is it? One moment, caller. Caller's important to us. There we go. Whoosh. So something like this, you mean, my friend? That'll be a no then. Yeah, it's this. It's data.orionterminal.com/screener. And you can customize it. You can change all of this stuff. You can change the update speeds. You can change the intervals. You can do all this kind of wonderful stuff and change it however you like. And, you know, up here, see the ticks. FLM, BLZ, yada yada yada. Wonderful. I guess scammed me into logging the top. It's all his fault. I'm a pussy. And yeah, you can see what's changing and hopping about. I mean, fucking hell. It's utter dog shit apart from like these. You are welcome. I'm more than welcome. I wonder if our meme squiggle that clearly I'm not trading off will work out. But yeah, these coins, when you start seeing stuff, when you start seeing stuff pop up on here, and when you start looking at the chart, and it's basically just becoming in play, and then everyone kind of jumps into it and piles in and actually tries to play it because there's fuck all else to do. I mean, look at some of these funding rates. I mean, it doesn't really matter, like, how you think of it, in my opinion. Like, in terms of, you know, is it net shorting or blah, blah, blah. You know, to me, that's probably enough to get enough plebs piling in. Regardless, and evidently, it is, because they're all piling in. Classic cartel pump wars. It's your fault? Why is it your fault, Marcus? I'm sweating balls today. It's so hot in the UK. Really bizarre. Really bizarre. Right, enough of sweating balls over FLM. Rune. Quite a few people have been shorting Rune lately. Got no real opinion on Rune. Had a nice little run. Can't decide if I want to trade it. Have a bag. Have a short. And yeah. DYDX is one where we've got a pretty pivotal level in my view. And I'm looking to short essentially a close below it. And just really thinking about it in terms of 3 steps. Just markup, distribution, markdown. Simple as that. And just trying to get on board that leg of DYDX. Although I do think that there is an awful lot of migration towards decentralized exchanges. I think there will be in the future. So yeah, I think you know, I want to move towards trading more on a DEX. And as long as it has, you know, decent liquidity, etc. That's kind of thought process on DYDX. CRV, we talked about this last week, I think, in terms of trying to play along from it, but didn't really work out. I think I closed my long straight after the stream last week, and it's pretty dire now. It's got no real narrative going on, in my opinion. A lot of people will do the classic link thing, and they'll draw a range down here, and they'll be like, you'll see this chart on Twitter, I guarantee it, in a week or two if it reclaims this level. Everyone will be like, right, this is going to be the best thing since sliced bread. We'll probably get like a 10% move, and then it'll just fucking die off into the ether. And everyone will remember that, oh yeah, this is a fucking garbage governance token that is utterly full of shit. Same as stuff like Link, and it's why I always think you should just focus on newer stuff, especially if you're not really into trading and you're just more into buying some coins and hoping it goes up. Just so the chat knows, I knew it would trigger him! I knew it would trigger you! It doesn't mean people are shorting, it's mostly from low liquidity spot trading above perps. User wire to confirm shorting, not funding. My job here is done. Reeled him in to give you the source of funding, boys. But no, seriously, I think Magus has got a decent video on it on YouTube for free if you want to go and look at all that funding stuff and get into the nooks and crannies of order flow trading. Feel free to show your YouTube and not get banned, Magus Trade. But yeah, genuinely. Go check it out, monsters. And get me to 2k YouTube subscribers as well, legends. And then we might make some content. Doge has been on my radar, same as Pepe. Like, I want to get long some high risk and higher beta assets, if you can call them that. But really, they've just been utter dog shit for so long. You know, as soon as we kind of lost this level here on Pepe, just absolute carnage, brutal sell-off, brutal retest. You know, maybe this is the flip and we get long on the flip of that, but really, there's not too much to do on Pepe. I do want to see some strength, and if I did see some strength on a low time frame basis, you know, even let's go down to low time frame and delete some of this dog shit squiggle, shall we? Okay, let's just start again. I'm sure I can draw one line. Even just a reclaim of this, you know, maybe enough to get me interested with a little invalidation and a couple of little low time frame targets like that. Literally level to level plays. But honestly, you know, it's not looking particularly wonderful for Big Pepe. Especially when I'm logging on-chain shit instead. Sui is one that I keep wanting to long, and I've tried to long a couple of times if I'm being fully honest with you, and got absolutely fucked every single time. And this is part of the danger, like even I'm not immune to occasionally trading out of boredom. And you know, I don't always do it with full size or anything like that, because I don't actually just want to piss money away into the wind. But you know, we've got some pretty wild divergences down here. Like, that's pretty clean, pretty nice, but you know, very little strength just yet, or very little relative strength, I should say. Get me to 10k, please. Nice. What's the most reliable DEX exchanges? Or at least the one at least expected to have the funds safe? Do you mean centralized exchanges? Because the whole point of a DEX is, you know, it's your funds, your wallet, and you interact in a decentralized manner rather than a centralized exchange where your coins are on there and not your keys, not your coins, etc. So yeah, Sui I keep wanting to see some strength from, but you know, really, it's becoming quite difficult. WLD, wild. BSV, same thought process as BTC basically, but if you get some positive news on BTC in terms of ETF, etc., BSV and or BCH, whoa. Look at that. Fucking hell. That all makes sense, yeah? Lovely. I was actually moaning about someone just drawing a bit diagonal line and getting like a bajillion impressions. Such is the way of it. Yeah, so for me it's, you know, it's basically a mirror of Bitcoin. You know, slightly more beta here, but it's that same kind of range. Scam pump, reject from previous level, die off, come back inside the range, and basically whatever happens with Bitcoin, BCH will do the same. But if something, you know, exceptionally bullish happens with Bitcoin, i.e. ETF approval, then BCH will probably be the long proxy play. But just be conscious of thin liquidity. Tomo is fucking horrible to trade. Hate trading Tomo unless it's on like literal low time frame rotations. Ltd. Brandon. Hello. You don't need to deposit funds? No, so you have them in your wallet, you connect your wallet to the exchange, essentially, and you trade from your wallet. The whole purpose of it, my friend. So they are, in fact, your keys, they are, in fact, your coins, and unless they've done something technically fucking dumb, you should be, not financial advice. Look at all these fucking coins, man. They all just look like such utter shit. Chain link for the 400th time. Shib. It's just so much fucking, like, dog shit. I think, like, looking at all these charts, I always get reminded of a quote that I really like, which is, I'd rather arrive late at the right party than turn up early at the wrong one. And I think a lot of people are going to make the mistake of trying to jump in very early to these altcoins and to try and catch. Why the fuck is TRX looking so good? I might short this shit to 0. Good time's a charm. Yeah, what the fuck is this? Why does TRX not look like utter dog shit? Yeah, I'd rather be late to the right party than arrive early at the wrong one. And the premise of that is really simple. Altcoins can go down 90% and then go down a further 90%, right? And you know, I want to see strength. I want to see levels being reclaimed. I want to see Bitcoin and ETH actually looking, you know, in a better shape than they're in. So I want to see ETH reclaim that 1670 level. I want to see Bitcoin and break out that range to the upside, and I want to actually start seeing alts have some form of narrative, reclaim some decent levels, and get on board then, rather than jump on board too early and just get fucked. Like, look at them. They are just, you know, they are not being carried. Oh, the original XRP breakout trade. They are not being carried by that sense of hopium anymore. And, you know, it's pretty well reflected in, like, almost all of these charts, which are just trending down to the bottom right. What have we got? Oh yeah, we've got my on-chain Shepe. I don't think it is the next Pepe. I don't think it's going to run to ship levels, as someone commented in the chat earlier. But you know, it's doing alright. What else we got? We've got some other on-chain shite. I don't know what that is. I don't even know why that's on my list. I guess someone must have requested it a while ago. What else we got? Ah, Sin. Yes. That was great, wasn't it? What a wonderful turn of events. Bro went broke and now he's streaming to 55 people? Who's that? %, 9% discount is one hell of a discount on alts. Oh, did my internet cut out or something? Is that what we're on about? Omiyuki? I think PYR is a good buy for long term. I mean, I don't think anything's particularly wonderful for long term at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Look, FLM's flying. Lovely. Look at that. Buy wild for the long-term source, trust me, bro. Hey, Jade Trade Star, my friend. How are you? Yeah, the Shepe Spaces last night was hilarious. It was just It was so funny. But the thing is, right, and I'll say it because I've got a bag, obviously, but like cults and communities like that are just hilarious. I did the engagement bait tweet earlier where I just said, engagement low, watch this. Tweeted the ticker and just got spammed with responses. You know, people are mental. And I think that people get so hyped over stuff like that. DMC goes live tomorrow. Does Paragon help in learning on-chains trading? Do you mean decentralized trading, as in using a DEX, or do you mean on-chain shitcoinery? Because I kind of do the latter. I don't tend to trade on DEXs, but DEXs are pretty simple, and I will be trading more on DEXs imminently. With order flow, oh, Magus, yeah, Magus has got a million videos on order flow. Like, literally. He is one of the best traders on crypto Twitter, but he is in the chat, so I don't really want to big him up too much. He just doesn't sell himself on crypto Twitter as much as he should. He's got 30,000 followers and he should have 300,000, but such is the way. But yes, he is one of the best, if not the best, order flow trader on crypto Twitter. I think he's very articulate, unlike me, when he explains stuff as well. You can actually get some of his stuff free on YouTube, and have a peep on there, and if you like what you see, then jump on in by all means. I'm not trying to shill you off it, I'm just saying there's teasers. I'm very articulate. Oh, thank you. Can I link his YouTube? This has got to be the fucking, like, this is the absolute epitome of me streaming. I'm now shilling Magus's stream and Magus's fucking YouTube for him. Just sit back and chill. I'll just pump him to 100,000 followers. I'll just fucking ignore the Charlie account. See if he needs his ass wiping as well, shall I? Just ring him up, just fly over to wherever he is in the world. It's not the UK, I'll say that much. Get the old wipes out. Favorite time frame for entry triggers on altcoins? Lovely question. I would, I am Magus. That is no. Hasta la vista, Barbie. Hello. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Smiley face. Let's get to 2k subs, etc. So I there's basically two time frames for altcoins. One is 4 hour or daily. They are my favorite time frames for higher time frame positions. So when I am looking at stuff like the LDO or the Sui divs we were talking about earlier. That was 4 hours, wasn't it? Yeah, 4 hour. So that, lovely, right? 4 hour div, nice and clean. At a, I wouldn't call it a level, but an interesting point for demand to, appear. That's kind of my high time frame preference, 4 hour or daily. I will do some 3-day stuff as well, but like 12 hours seems a bit random, and like anything in between is a bit cucked. The low time frame, and you'll laugh, but it's genuinely somewhere between the 1 second and the 1 minute, and that's what she said and all that kind of wonderful stuff. But the reason that I like the 1 second chart, and it might lag a little bit because TradingView's been shockingly shit lately, so I'll do it on the 5 second chart because it's lovely. See? Great work. Good job, TradingView. The reason is what I'm typically looking for is anything outside of these, like this boundary, like WLD. Here we go. It's outside of that boundary. Obviously, I'm not trading it right now, and actually this list needs to be updated a little bit. Like I tend to use this. Again, this doesn't load on the 5-second at the moment, especially when I'm streaming, but it loads on the 15-second because it's just taking all of Binance. Or it should do anyway, but maybe because I'm streaming it's going to be a little bit of a bitch. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a bitch. I'm printing a couple of times. Print the labels a couple of times. Lovely. Love that. Trading view lag. Lovely stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason that I like that is that it gives me really quick invalidation in terms of am I right or wrong. It gives me that whole, like, if I'm combining that with low time frame price action, I can come up with a trade plan to get on board effectively a rotation. You know, it can be basically anything. Like, it's not going to be, it's very rarely a diagonal, to be fair. But and the reason that it's rarely a diagonal is that unless it coincides with some form of divergence, you know, into the lows, and you get a trend line break, etc., like that's okay, but it's more horizontal levels because that is, you know, typically the patterns that I notice and act upon. Whatever you, oh, yeah. Look at that. I'll have to delete it all. There we go. Perfect. Up only. Now it can dump, and I would have made 0 money for a perfect swiggle. Classic Charlie. Every time I come on stream, I do some great trade ideas and don't execute them because I'm fucking streaming. Woo! Yeah, what else we got? WLD. J Tradestar came in the chat and said WLD. I mean, this is like a similar thought process to Sui, I guess, in terms of it's actually a bit worse in terms of it's basically being down only. You know, reclaim, get long, like that kind of thought process is fine to me, but what you are trying to do fundamentally is catch a falling knife because, you know, it has been down only. And we're assuming that there's some form of trend reversal. Momentum's not looking too bad, actually. Not pretty, don't get me wrong. And that's not exactly a straight line. Just to be very pernickety about it. But, yeah. Not my favourite, but, you know, I'd like to see some actual real strength. I don't need to catch the bottom. In fact, I rarely catch the bottom. I'm not much of a bottom trader, to be honest. TRB going for it. So I wanted to short TRB down here the other day and got basically instantly, yeah, Monday morning, and just got instantly wiped out. I was like, oh, this is just fucked. Everything's just gonna lag down again. Wrong. But small loss. Something like this. Like up here. Just got absolutely cucked. Right, what do people want to go over, if anything? If not, I might just call it because I'm sweating my balls off. Any shitcoins that people want to look at? I think I've given pretty much enough of my plans away other than whatever pops up during the day. $27,000 issues are slowing down your PC. Thank you. Unfee. Pretty much up only. Love that. So, looks like one of my favourite shorts, to be fair. Or is it? Come on. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, there we go. Big parabolic move. Pretty nice blow off top. Lower high. Bosh. Yeah, give me something like that to get on board a short and just bleed out. Yeah. That's kind of all I'd be playing. Maybe that is the lower high there, but that's all I'd be interested in. Blur. Do I trade any Forex? Nah, not at all, mate. No, I mean, I've been tempted by it, but the big problem that I've got with Forex is, you know, Forex is fine if you are essentially like a range trader or you're just trading divergences or you're trading something like that. Whereas I'm trading beta, and, you know, trading beta in Forex I don't think works. Like, you know, I want to see what's moving and what's moving hard. Like, okay, yeah, pretty decent from WLD. You know, get the pump on and TRB, so would have been nice for a rotation, but I don't know if you can do that with Forex. I sincerely doubt you can. I sincerely doubt it's as effective as just finding whatever shitcoin is in play and getting long on that. I think a scam wick is incoming for Blur. I mean, maybe, but who the fuck is buying this? Do you know what I mean? It's just been down only, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't even the high, was it? No, maybe. It's just parking your money up with some dog shit, but I'll probably come back to this in a week and it'll be gone. C-bot? I think that chart's in the bin, mate. Don't think I can do that, can I? Yeah, not particularly great. Reaccumulation? Question mark. I think that's the thing. Is, you know, full Burj Khalifa round trip. Even that, someone messaged me about this actually the other day and said, oh, it 3x'd off the lows. It's like, well, not quite. 2x'd off the lows, but yeah. I mean, I think the on-chain meta is pretty dried up generally. I think it's difficult. Things like Banana Bot launching and stuff like that, you know, lots of bots out there. It's quite competitive. Yeah, and this isn't far off zero. So if you're putting money in this, it's a very binary bet in my opinion. I think Matic will take a leg lower. Probably. Garbage. I think stuff like Matic has genuinely had its day, and I just don't see, you know, the need to own a shed load of Matic either. And I kind of have the same opinion of Sol, but a lot of people tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Matic. Pal? Yeah, Pal's been pretty reasonable. I think the other thing with Pal is they've had that revenue share today, which I haven't checked actually. But yeah, again, really strong and kind of just consolidating. Like on-chain seems to be pretty weak right now. I presume as people move to trade things like cartel coins. You know, Shepe keeps going mad, which is a good sign. But again, all of these low caps are like literally small in terms of their liquidity and like, you know, you will see probably a minus 30% candle on this at some point. You know, do a bit of snooping on chain, have a look at some wallets, and see when they start selling. Would be my thought process. My support line, what, 0? Like trading crypto, PvP in here, Forex trade against central banker. Yeah, I think for me it's not just that, it's the fact that, you know, you get that beta in crypto and you'll have, you know, 5 or 6 trades on you'll have 5 or 6 trades that are just crap, and you'll lose like 1%. But then if you catch one really good move in your favor, so you know, let's go back to like FLM. Like, look at what FLM has done today. You only need one day like this. Oh, for fuck's sake! Look at that bastard! I must love you all to be trading, or to not be trading rather. Yeah, like the. What's I saying? Yeah, you need one good trading day to kind of make it all back, in my opinion. And that's not to say gamble, that's not to say, you know, over risk every single time for the sakes of actually trying to catch some form of pump or whatever. It's just to say that you can have a really good day, and if you have a really good day in crypto, that is usually a very, very good day. You know, catching like 40% long on LDO, for example, at the start of the year, or a 50% rip on Aptos, things like that. You know, it takes one rotation with good size, pre-planned, and good entry, and actually that can make, you know, not your year necessarily, but certainly one of the better trades of the year. Size less and level a little bit more. Looks good right with shitcoins. I ain't it, mate. Alright, well I think that's probably close to an hour, boys and girls. I think, sushi. I mean, I think I flicked over sushi actually. I think it looks like utter dog shit. I probably don't even need to look at it to tell you it looks like utter dog shit. Again, I think sushi is probably a victim of a time long ago. I mean, look at it. Fuck me. Yeah. Nice and liquid, boys. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. This is going to be 90% of altcoins, which is why you take profit. Fully round tripped. Lovely. I mean, I just don't understand why you would want to buy sushi as opposed to buying pretty much any of the new coins that are like sushi competitors and probably less than 20 mil market cap. And then they have their wonderful discovery cycle, and everyone thinks that whatever is the next sushi and they will do this, whereas sushi at best will probably do something like this, break out of the range and reject off here and then come back and forevermore live there. An hour already, I know. But can I have the other thing, find the other thing? This thing? Oh, we saw strength in TRB. That is this. Gosh. So sorry, YouTubers. The Streamlabs won't let me chuck it in there. Actually, I have to do it this way. Here you go. It's trading view for you. 1.94k YouTube subscribers. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Just click that like button. Or click that subscribe button even. That's the one, isn't it? Right. I think that's probably me done. We'll leave it on 69 wonderful viewers. And we'll try and catch some of this TRB rotation. Or maybe even WLD. We'll see what the books look like. And we'll peace out. I will do another stream same time next week. I might do another one this week, we'll see. We'll see what the market does. It's too fucking hot though, to be honest. But yeah, thank you all for being here. I hope you've either learned something or picked something up or got something that you want to take away. I do try and help. My DMs are open. I do run a paid group like a villain, obviously. But, I will love you and leave you all with the wonderful Charlie theme tune, and I will see you on the cryptoest of Twitters. Au revoir.
He's BTC Charlie with his linguini charting. He loses sometimes, but hardly. He's BTC Charlie. But now he's GBP Charlie. It doesn't matter what he's charting. His trading is tough, but it's not all that bad with Charlie. He's got memes in the morning and more in the evening. It's Charlie. And when trading gets hard and support starts to lean, search Charlie.